Hey there, YouTube. Levi6 coming at you with my Legacy Elf combo deck. It follows a lot of the same cards that most of the Legacy Elf combos use, but the win condition, as far as I know, is all my own construct. I haven't really seen another Elf deck that anybody else has made that utilizes this idea. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the cards. I'm gonna go over the combo, and bear with me because this is probably gonna take a while. But because it's Legacy, I'm using the Fyndhorn Elms instead of Llanowar, just because it's Ice Age, and Ice Age is fucking cool. Two Visionaries, three Wirewood Symbiotes. It's not an elf, but you can return an elf you control to your hand to untap a creature. I use this a lot against like burn decks. Anything that's going to target an elf that I don't want to die, boom, bring it right back to my hand. Sorry. Same thing with this. Queried Ranger, return a forest to my hand to untap an elf. This is really useful when I'm comboing out, and because it's an elf, it will end up being tapped for mana, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Three Elvish Spirit Guides. I think I've casted this once, and that was when I was going for more of a beatdown win, and that is possible in this deck, and I'll explain that as well. But most of the time, this just gets removed for an extra mana while you're comboing out, or to help you combo out a turn early. Most of the time, you will be able to combo out on turn 3. It's possible turn 2. Alright? But majority of the time, it's turn 3. I got a single Fauna Shaman, a single Azuri Renegade. These aren't necessary for the combo, but they're good utility cards. If I'm not getting the creature I need, that's what the Fauna is for. And if I need to go for the beatdown win, that's what Azuri is for. Now, these are the basic cards in the combo. I got four Birchlore Rangers, which tap two untapped elves you control to add one mana of any color. This is really good if your opponent just pacted you. There's some stupid fucking combo where somebody will play some card where any instant or whatever that you play, your opponent has to play the same spell, like it just copies it for you, and then they'll play a pact for a color that you're not playing. So if you're playing green like this, and they'll play a blue pact, and then you can't pay it the next turn, you lose. So this is to help negate that. Any color, that'll do it for you. And because it's a static ability, it's not a tap, this creature to do anything. So you could just use it over and over and over again to be like, hey, I'm just using this creature's ability. This is your moneymaker right here, though. Heritage Druid, 3 untapped elves, 3 mana. This is the main staple card that will help you combo, as well as Nettle Sentinel. Doesn't untap during your untap step. Whenever you play a green spell, you untap it. So if you have these Nettles out, you want to use them first, and then tap, whatever, to use one of these mana producers to get your 3 mana, and you'll be floating mana like all the fucking time in this combo. And then you'll play something else, then your Nettles will untap, and then you tap them again with whatever you just played for 3 more mana. And if you played a 1-drop, then you're floating 2 from the time before that, and it just gets crazy. You get so much mana, and you can just keep comboing and comboing. Alright? Next, pretty standard, is the Priest of Titania. Elves in play. So important when you're playing another elf deck. I've played a couple other elf decks with this, and it seems whenever they tap their priest, they're only counting elves on their side, and I'm not going to correct them. Moving on. 3 Archdruids. I got a 4th one sideboarded for the beatdown, but once again, it's more for the tap to add green for each elf you control ability. Regal Force. Massive draw when it comes into play. So if you haven't gotten the pieces of your combo while you're comboing off, Regal Force is almost guaranteed to get them for you. And the last 4 that you really need, Glimpse of Nature. Whenever you play a creature, draw a card. So you're playing elf, draw a card. Tap Nettle Sentinels and the elf you just brought into play to get more mana via Heritage Druid, draw a card. Untap Nettle Sentinel, play another elf, draw a card. It goes on and on and on and on. All right? Win condition. A lot of people will combo out and get a shit ton of mana and then use like Gaia's Cradle, like I got right here. I know these are Fallout proxies. They'll use that to play Emrakul. That is not my win condition. My win condition is Staff of Domination. I fucking love this card. 1 mana, untap it. 2, I gain a life. 3, untap a creature. 4, tap a creature. 5, draw a card. Alright? I use this and either the Priest or the Archdruid. What you do is you just need the priest, or the archdruid, and 4 of any other elf in play. Okay, as long as you got 5 total and the priest, you're ready to roll. All right, here's how it works. Say you tap your priest for 5 mana. Okay, you use 3 mana right here to untap the priest. Okay, so you just did that, and then you use the other 1 mana to untap this, and you're floating 1. If you tapped for 5. So then you tap it again for 5 more, and now you got 6 total. You use 3 to untap it, untap the staff, and now you're floating 2. So you do that over and over and over and over again, and or if your opponent lets you, you just tell them a number. And so I'll get like, usually you have to give them an actual number. Just saying infinite doesn't fly anymore. So I'll just say like 20 million mana. All right. I will now gain 100 life. Okay? So you gain all that life. Now, what else are you going to do with all this mana? If I don't have the piece, I'm going to use this infinite mana to keep drawing to find Hurricane. This is the win con. All players and flying creatures suffer X damage. I know this is going to myself too, but that's with the staff. You want to gain your life first. Make sure you're gaining more than their total, and then just hurricane them for strictly their life total. There's 2 in here in case someone thinks they're cool and they're going to play a Force of Will or another counter spell while I'm comboing off. And that's just say, fuck you. Okay, you want to counter that one? I have another one to go. Alright? That's pretty much it. I didn't go over the land base. 2 Gaias and 12 forests. So it's 14 lands total. With the 3 spirit guides, that's a total of like 17 mana or so. Alright? Sideboard cards that I'm using. I got 2 more visionaries. When you're glimpsing and you play a visionary, to get to draw 2 cards, you're digging a little deeper, is real nice. Concordant Crossroads. This is part of my beatdown strategy win. If I'm going up against somebody that is picking apart my combo, that is not letting me get my staff or not letting me use Glimpse of Nature, then fine. I'll just if it's getting to the point where they're getting surgical extracted, or they're just naming the card. There's so many of those things out that just name the card. This named card can't be played. If they know I'm playing elves, they're just gonna say Glimpse of Nature. So I'll just pull all 4 of the glimpses out of my deck, actually, and sideboard for more of a beatdown win. And when I do that, I use the Concordant Crossroads. I throw card in there for a lot of control. I mean, you got so much mana all the time. 7 mana is really nothing to get him out. Naturalize for pesky control stuff. Another Archdruid, another Shaman are going in with the beatdowns. So when you're doing the beatdown, those are the 4 you want to replace Glimpse of Nature with. I got a 4th staff in there, just in case, and a 4th Wirewood and a 4th Quirion Ranger, just in case. The 2 Well-Wishers are for if I'm going up against Burn or something that's just attacking my life directly, and I need to gain some life back. I think that covers the whole combo. So if you guys have any questions, comment, rate, subscribe below. This is pretty much my new favorite deck to play. I just really like... I don't like it to the fact that I like interacting with my opponent when I play in Magic. And this is, you're just comboing and you're playing with yourself, and they're just sitting there like crying while you're drawing through your entire deck. But that's it. But I do like cards that have more interaction, but as far as just a pure I'm going to whoop your ass type strategy in a really competitive tournament, this is just like my strictly tournament deck. And once people see that there's elves and there's infinite combos, they're just like, fuck you, I hate you. So, alright, thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, comment, rate, subscribe, and tell me what you want to see more of in my channel. Alright, peace!